Something crazy just leaked from inside NASCAR. Cletus McFarland, yes, the wildcard YouTuber with mullets and mayhem, might be gearing up for a massive move in pro racing, but I don't think it came easily. Behind the scenes, there's been drama, danger, and determination. So what's the full story? Buckle up. Before the NASCAR buzz, Cletus McFarland was just Garrett Mitchell, an average gearhead with a camera and a dream. He started uploading wild content like racing lawnmowers and building insane project cars, including his iconic Corvette Leroy, a bare-bones monster with twin turbos and no body. As his YouTube exploded, so did his vision. In 2020, he made headlines by buying the abandoned DeSoto Speedway in Florida, which he renamed the Freedom Factory. It wasn't just a flex, it was a revolution. Cletus transformed that dusty oval into an entertainment hub. He hosted Cletus in Cars, burnout competitions, and demolition drags that brought in fans by the thousands. That move shifted him from a guy with cool builds to a racing entrepreneur with real clout. He didn't just build cars, he built a brand, and that brand caught the attention of the racing world in ways no one expected. Cletus wasn't just about content, he chased chaos. One of his craziest moments came at Bristol Motor Speedway, where he held a Ford Ranger race that went completely off the rails. Trucks flipped and smashed, and at one point one launched 7 feet into the air before crashing back down. Fans loved it, but it wasn't all laughs. At his own Freedom Factory, during a high-octane race, driver Parker Whitlock suffered a serious crash and injury that sparked real concern about safety standards. That moment was a turning point. Cletus realized he couldn't just throw wild races for views. He had to protect his drivers, fans, and reputation. So he revamped the track, brought in better safety protocols, and started running more professional setups. Instead of pulling back, he leveled up. It showed everyone he wasn't just a YouTuber chasing views. He was someone evolving into a real motorsports figure. With a booming fan base and growing respect in the racing scene, Cletus leaped to the ARCA Menards Series, a proving ground for NASCAR hopefuls. His first shot? Daytona International Speedway. The stakes? Sky high. This wasn't a YouTube burnout. It was 200 miles per hour, side-by-side racing on a super speedway. Cletus didn't take it lightly. He trained hard, spent hours behind simulators, and listened closely to coaching from pros. One of them was NASCAR veteran Greg Biffle, who stepped in as a mentor. Despite his prep, disaster struck early. Within 20 laps, Cletus was caught in a wreck. But what stood out wasn't the crash. It was his poise. He didn't panic. He kept his line until impact. That kind of composure earned him unexpected praise from racing insiders. They didn't see a YouTuber over his head. They saw potential. And suddenly, people started wondering, what if this guy is the real deal? Behind Cletus's surprisingly strong performance was one key figure, Greg Biffle. The seasoned NASCAR driver didn't just show up for a cameo. He took Cletus under his wing. He drilled him on drafting strategy, pit lane etiquette, tire management, and how to navigate crowded fields without panic. Cletus soaked it all up like a sponge. What impressed Biffle the most? His willingness to listen. This wasn't just talent, it was discipline and humility. There's even talk that Biffle might race with Cletus in a future event. If that happens, it could be one of the most unexpected but powerful partnerships in recent motorsports history. After crashing out early at Daytona, Cletus aimed for redemption at Talladega, the fastest, most chaotic track in NASCAR. At 200 miles per hour, one mistake can wipe out the entire field. Cletus knew the risk, even saying, "If I make it past 20 laps, I'll call it a win." That honesty shows his mindset. He's learning, grinding, and not pretending to be a pro overnight. Each lap at Talladega wasn't just survival, it was building credibility. For a guy trying to break into the big leagues, this wasn't just a race, it was his proving ground. Cletus has a love-hate relationship with Bristol Motor Speedway. It's not a super speedway. It's a short, high-banked oval where everything happens fast. Tight corners, bumping, and almost no room for error. His first event there? A chaotic Ford Ranger race where trucks went flying and fans went wild. But that was just a taste. Now, with a professional race lined up at Bristol, things are different. It's no longer about spectacle, it's about precision, control, and skill. If Cletus can handle the intensity of Bristol at speed, it'll prove he's more than just a content creator looking for views. He's evolving into a real competitor. In 2022, Cletus took another unexpected leap. He entered the Stadium Supertrucks series. Think of it as off-road racing meets flying circus. These trucks launch off ramps, drift through tight corners, and battle mid-air. For a guy known for drag racing and burnout contests, this was a whole new world. But guess what? He crushed it. In one memorable event, he was leading the race until the final jump, only to get passed by off-road legend Robbie Gordon in the final seconds. Even though he didn't win, fans saw something different. Cletus wasn't just hanging in there, he was pushing pros to the edge. That kind of performance made people stop and say, "Okay, this guy's serious." Racing isn't cheap. A single NASCAR season can cost $5 to $10 million, and most drivers rely on traditional sponsors to foot the bill. But here's where Cletus flips the game. With millions of loyal subscribers, his YouTube channel gives brands instant exposure. That's a goldmine. Sponsors don't just see a race, they see viral content, behind-the-scenes vlogs, merch plugs, and massive engagement. This gives Cletus a unique edge. He doesn't need to chase sponsors, they come to him. While other racers struggle to fund their rides, Cletus is sitting on a media empire. That kind of leverage? It's unheard of in traditional racing circles. Behind closed doors, NASCAR insiders are buzzing. Rumors suggest Cletus might land a part-time deal or join a team as a marketing powerhouse next season. Nothing's confirmed, but the attention he's getting is real, and it's making waves. Why? Because Cletus didn't follow the traditional route. He brought fans, built a brand, and now the industry has no choice but to notice. That shakes things up. While some see a bold new direction, others worry it undermines years of grinding through the ranks. Either way, NASCAR's watching closely. As exciting as Cletus's rise has been, he's still got a long road ahead. To qualify for NASCAR's top-tier national series, he needs experience, 30 to 50 races minimum in lower-level circuits. Right now, he's barely hit double digits. That's a big gap. But it's not just about quantity, it's about quality. He's got to prove he can run clean races, avoid wrecks, and hold his own on both superspeedways and tricky road courses. NASCAR wants consistency and strategy, not just hype. That said, if Cletus lands a top 20 finish at Talladega, it could fast-track everything. It would show the suits at NASCAR that he's not just content with gold, he's race-ready. Every lap from here on out matters. This isn't just fun anymore, it's a proving ground. Not everyone in NASCAR is on board. Traditionalists think Cletus is skipping the line. Fame over grind. They believe real racers earn their stripes through years of hard work. But others see his value. Millions of fans, fresh energy, and major money. He's relatable, exciting, and brings younger eyes to a sport craving attention. Now, NASCAR faces a tough call. Stick to the old ways or evolve with the times. Cletus isn't just a driver, he's a symbol of that shift. And how they handle it could shape the future of racing itself. Part of what makes Cletus so powerful isn't just what he does on the track. It's who he is off the track. He doesn't hide behind PR teams. He films his life, wrenching on cars, playing with his kids Ripper and Ella, chilling with his wife, and sharing wins and failures alike. Fans don't just root for the driver, they root for the dude. That kind of connection? It's rare, and in a sport like NASCAR, which is fueled by loyal fandom, that authenticity is gold. Even if the gatekeepers hesitate, the fan base is clear. They want more of Cletus, and they're not quiet about it. So, will this leaked NASCAR deal turn Cletus McFarland into the sport's biggest wildcard success story? Or will the internal politics shut him out? One thing's for sure, he's not slowing down. And if you thought this was wild, wait till you see what he does next.